So guys, we're going to be jumping into this article here. Teaser trailer for Transformers 1 unveils the untold origin story of Optimus Prime. So this article comes to us from Comic Flick News. We're going to be talking about the recently released Transformers 1 trailer. After having thought about it, after I watched it, I had some time to digest the actual trailer. It wasn't what I expected by any means, and I think it caught a lot of people off guard. The animation style was a lot different, a lot more vibrant, a lot more upbeat than what I thought. I thought it was going to be a more of a gritty, atmospheric type of animation. So they actually, absolutely kind of, threw me for a loop on that. But I thought the voice casting was great. I thought the animation looked quite cool. The humor was quite charming. There was moments where I was laughing out loud. And I think it looks pretty cool. I'm interested to see this and what they do with it. I'm willing to give it a chance. And let's just see how it turns out. Because I hope that they do more animation of Transformers going forward. Especially if this is successful. But we'll have to wait and see how it turns out, guys. But anyway, let's jump into this article and let's see what's going on with this Transformers 1 movie and Transformers the franchise as a whole. So, get ready, Transformers fans. Paramount has dropped the highly anticipated first trailer for Transformers 1, marking the Transformers' inaugural fully CG animated film. So, set against the backdrop of Cybertron before its downfall, Transformers 1 delves into an untold story of how a young Optimus Prime and Megatron, then known as Orion Pax and D16, transitioned from allies to adversaries. Packed with thrilling action sequences and comedic moments, there was plenty of comedic moments in that trailer that were quite funny, I have to admit. The trailer offers a glimpse into the origins of the iconic characters like Bumblebee, B-127, and Elita 1, showcasing how they acquired their ability to transform into vehicles. Yeah, so there's part in the trailer where the Transformers, they come across this kind of shaman or kind of mystic Transformer robot, and he kind of gives them the power to transform into vehicles. And then after that happens, there's kind of some funny moments where they're transforming into vehicles and they get into strange situations because they're not used to their powers. And it's quite funny, I have to admit. And yeah, I actually quite like that. I thought it was quite fun. But seeing the origins of these classic iconic Transformers characters is going to be really fun. I hope there's some really good emotional kind of anchor, emotional scenes within this movie as well. And I think if they can land the emotional parts right and kind of balance it with the humor moments as well, then I think, this could be something quite special if they do it right. So, leading the voice cast is Chris Hemsworth as Orion Pax, Brian Tyree Henry as D16, Keegan-Michael Key as B-127, and Scarlett Johansson as Elita 1. With such star power behind the characters, Transformers 1 promises to be an epic addition to the franchise. Yeah, I have to say this, and I don't care who judges me, I've loved pretty much every live-action Transformers movie. I have the box set, I have most of the individual movies, and I don't care what anyone says, I love pretty much all of the Transformers movies. I thought they were great, I thought the CGI was incredible. I know a lot of people hate most of the Transformers movies, but I absolutely think they're incredible. So I'm a bit of a fanboy when it comes to the live-action Transformers. So, during an interview with Screen Rant, director Josh Cooley explained why establishing Prime and Megatron's relationship was so important and why he views their story as a tragedy. So, let's see what the director had to say here. As long as the audience cares about these characters from the very beginning and believes in their relationship, that's what the whole movie is going to be centered around. Optimus Prime and Megatron and their relationship before they were these iconic characters, and how that relationship is going to go through the rigor of them being kind of like best friends to being adversaries. How is that going to work? The emotional weight and just the kind of the chemistry between those two characters. That's what the film's going to revolve around, and they have to make sure they get that right. So even if you've never seen Transformers before, even if you've never read the comics, nothing, you can watch this movie and be totally invested. You see these two characters and go, yeah, they're great together. Orion and D16, before they become Optimus and Megatron, they're awesome. You want to see them together. You want to love them together. So that when that relationship starts to fall apart, it's a tragedy. Yeah, we've all had those moments in our own life where we can kind of relate to that, where we've had a best friend or a really good friend or, a family member that we've, been so close with that ultimately the relationship falls apart. And it's that kind of tragedy of that kind of going from being best friends to kind of falling out with each other, and everybody can kind of relate to that. So this story, it can be relatable to a lot of people. It's a tragedy. At the end, you're just like, oh man, it sucks. They're going to become enemies. Regardless of all of the different tellings of the origin, the most important thing was the relationship. Yeah, like I said, this story has to really focus on that relationship. It has to build up that relationship at the beginning so it can have the downfall and the payoff towards the end as they become enemies. And seeing that kind of character arc between being friends to being enemies, that's where this movie is going to either fail or succeed, in my opinion. So, Transformers 1 here, Legends in the Making, Transformers 1, only in theaters September 20th. So we haven't got that long to wait, guys, for those of you who are interested in this movie, only a few months left to go. But, yeah, it looks charming, looks great. We got a poster here, which looks really, really cool as well. The more I look at the animation style, the more it grows on me. But like I said, it really wasn't what I expected at all. I don't know what it was that I actually expected, but it wasn't this. But the more I look at it and the more I watch the trailer, the more it does actually grow on me. But yeah, I think it's cool. The characters look charming. It looks like they have their own individual characteristics, which is great. You know, they're very different from each other, which is what you want. And yeah, I think it's a great poster. So it's the first animated Transformers movie in 40 years. Wow, I had no idea. So with Transformers 1 poised to make its debut as the first CG animated installment in the Transformers universe, it also marks a significant return to animation for the franchise, a realm it hasn't ventured into until since 1986's Transformers the movie. Wow, so this is the first Transformers CG movie since 1986. I thought there was loads of other movies since that one, but yeah, that's incredible. That's kind of crazy. So the journey towards Transformers 1 has been long in the making, with Paramount initiating development back in 2015. Wow. So it's been in development for 9 years. That's incredible. Director Josh Cooley took the helm of the project in 2020, adding his creative touch to the anticipated origin story. Joining the star-studded voice cast mentioned earlier are John Hamm as Sentinel Prime, Lawrence Fishburne's in there, great, as Alpha Trion. Again, I'm sorry if I butcher these names. Steve Buscemi taking on the undisclosed role, adding further depth to the ensemble. At the recent CinemaCon, Paramount unveiled the official logo for Transformers 1, along with its inaugural logline, hinting at the transformation of comrades Orion Pax and D16 into the legendary adversaries Optimus Prime and Megatron. Yeah, towards the end of the movie, when they actually transform into the iconic characters that we know and love of Optimus Prime and Megatron, going through that story of friends becoming enemies and that kind of transformation period is going to be really, really cool to see. I can't wait to see where they go with that. And like I said, if it's done well and people really receive it well and it gets good feedback, maybe they can do more animated Transformers in the future. So, as excitement mounts for the release of Transformers 1 this September, questions linger regarding its place within the broader Transformers cinematic universe. Yeah, that was a huge question that I had. So, is this actually part of the live-action Transformers universe that we've come to be used to, or is it its own separate thing? I'm not really sure. I'm a bit confused about where it sits within the Transformers universe, and I think a lot of people aren't really sure either. While some speculate it's the third installment in the reboot series following Bumblebee and Transformers Rise of the Beasts, other suggest it exists in its standalone universe. Yeah, like I said, I really have no idea whether it's its own standalone thing or whether it's part of the new kind of mini reboot universe of the Transformers. All will be revealed when the film hits theaters, promising to provide answers and undoubtedly a thrilling cinematic experience. Yeah, they're going to have to definitely answer that question to some degree in the movie. Otherwise, you know, I think a lot of fans will be very confused as to where this movie actually sits within the canon. But, you know, that's not the be end all. You know, it doesn't really matter to that degree as long as the movie's good and it's written well. So, is there another live-action Transformers in the works? The last live-action Transformers movie was in 2023's Rise of the Beasts. I actually thought that movie was good. It's not top-tier Transformers in my opinion, but it's still a great movie. It's still a great popcorn movie, and I do recommend watching it if you're a fan of Transformers. Which was set in 1994, following the pair of Brooklyn archaeologists who embark on a globe-trotting adventure with the Autobots and Maximals. Although Rise of the Beasts was a financial disappointment, failing to break even during its theatrical run. Yeah, that sucks that it didn't make money. Paramount is confident enough in the franchise to move forward with the sequel. Yeah, I mean, the other Transformers movies went on to make billions and billions of dollars, so I understand why Paramount has a lot of, a lot of trust in this franchise, which will be a crossover with G.I Joe franchise At this time, it is unknown when the production might begin on Transformers X G.I Joe, as well as who will direct, write, and star in the project. Transformers 1 is scheduled to hit theaters September 20th, 2024, and that comes to us from Paramount Pictures, obviously the studio behind the Transformers franchise. So yeah, we have another live-action Transformers on the horizon, which is going to be a Transformers crossing over with G.I Joe. There's going to be so many people that are going to be super excited to do that. Obviously, G.I Joe has been a standalone series of movies for Paramount, but it's kind of struggled as its own franchise, whereas Transformers has done much better financially. So it looks like they're trying to cross them over to try and kind of bolster the both of the franchises, which I guess is a good idea to some degree, but I can't wait to see what they do with that. But yeah, guys, so that's kind of where we are. So we had the Transformers 1 trailer. It was so charming. It was very different to what I expected and what a lot of other people expected as well. But some great humor, you know, some really charming moments within the trailer. Animation style is kind of cool. And I'm willing to give it a chance to see if they can do, you know, a really good story here. And I think a lot of people will be very interested in this project as well. So guys, jump into the comment section. Let me know what you think about this. Did you see the trailer yet for Transformers 1? What did you think of it? Did it meet your expectations? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Whatever your thoughts are, pop them in the comment section and let us know. With that down, guys, thank you so much for watching this video and checking out my content as always. If you did enjoy this content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like the video. I really appreciate that. And I will see you guys in the next one.